I'm Sarah.
I'm Drew.
And today we are all by ourselves for another review for Let's Table It. Today we're looking at
Wild Realms,
designed by Jeremy Gulotta and published by Daywalker Syndicate. Let's take a look at how it plays. Setup for Wild Realms is super easy. All you need is your player board and your deck of cards that matches that board. Every deck of cards is the same. You're just going to shuffle yours so they're in a different order. There are three main types of cards that you will see. The first are your Realms cards. These will be throughout your deck, and you'll need to get through your deck in order to find them and place them down so you can place animals in them and then get that realm locked. You will start with the realm that matches your player board. So I will get to start with my fire realm in play. The next kind of cards, that you will have are animal cards, and they are just gorgeous. The artwork is stunning. Each animal card has a few different symbols on it. First, you will see the strike value, which is the number that, if rolled, will eliminate your card from the game. You also see the class of animal that it is. Each realm needs to have all 5 classes and a leader, which is marked by this crown, in order to lock the realm. At the bottom of the card, you can see how this animal would attack and then the special attack ability it has, as well as a realm that it belongs to. You do not have to play this into the air realm, but it can only attack air realm animals in the air realm. So once you have gotten all 5 classes of animal into your realm, that realm is locked and can only be attacked by another player with a locked realm. The third and final type of card that you will see is Unleash a Legendary Beast. And when you draw this card, you can draw one of these special cards that are having a different back, and they have typically 2 options. One is going to be something that affects everybody or all of your opponents, and the other is going to affect you, typically. So there are some interesting choices that come into play on some of these. Again, the art is beautiful. Okay, on your turn, you will draw 5 cards to your hand, and then you can play any and all of them to your player board. Now, to start off here, I did get a realm on this draw, so I will want to place that. Now, you cannot leave your realms unprotected. This realm is locked, so I don't have to place any more animals onto it. But if this doesn't have an animal on it to defend it, it will have to be discarded, and I'll have to wait to find my other water realm. So I probably do want to make sure that I get a leader card, and we've also got that class. So I have 2 other classes here that I could place, but I noticed that this one has a leader symbol, and I must have a leader in my alliance down here in order to be able to attack. So I might want to place this down here so that I could attack my opponent. I don't need this one in my water realm because I already have this class symbol, so that one could also go. And this one I probably do want in my water realm so that I'm a little closer to being able to lock. Now, because I have a leader in my alliance, I could choose to attack my opponent. Anytime you attack your opponent, you are going to have to discard the card that you are attacking with. So I probably would want to attack with my octopus. Now, granted that my opponent has a water realm that's not locked yet, because that's the only thing that I could attack. If not, I could potentially attack my opponent's alliances with this card, but because it's a leader, I might be a little wary about that. When you attack a realm, you will roll the number of dice noted and then the number of times. Any value that you roll will then match a strike value on the animals in the realm that you are attacking. So if I rolled this and I rolled a 2, I wouldn't actually get to attack any of them. They wouldn't have to discard any of those cards, but I would lose my octopus because I attacked with it. But if I rolled a 12 or an 8, they would have to discard that card. If I were to attack with my leader and in another player's alliance, then you do not use this text here. You simply roll 3 dice, and any numbers that match are automatically discarded from theirs, but then again, you do have to discard the card that you attack with. The only other kind of attack there is if you have a locked realm, you can choose to attack another player's locked realm. To do that, you're both going to grab your locked realms, set aside your realm card, and then each roll a die. And whoever rolls the highest number keeps the card on top, and whoever rolls the lowest has to take that card and put it face down. And then you just keep rolling dice until one player is completely out of cards. The winning player can choose to take the other player's locked realm and put it into their kingdom, or they can force the other player to discard all of those cards. So if I dueled with another player who already had his fire completed, I probably wouldn't be able to take that fire realm because I have one completed. So I would want them to discard instead of taking that for myself. And then play simply continues, alternating turns between the players until one player has all 4 realms locked in their kingdom. So, Drew, what did you think?
You know, it has amazing artwork. The production quality's high. It's definitely a dueling game, but I like that, unlike other 2-person dueling games, it really does give that opportunity to have 3-4 people. And I think the more you play it with that 3 or 4, the more even it's going to start to become, too. I think you're going to try to, it's going to be a little more self-leveling.
Sure. This is a couple review for a reason. The kids haven't played this game with us, and so our plays have been at 2, and it can feel a little like you're picking on the other person just because you only have one person to go after and to attack with your cards. And so I think it will make a big difference when the kids are ready to play this with us, just to have more people that you're not always targeting one person. And so I think that will make a difference for us. I do agree that the production quality is fantastic. The art is absolutely gorgeous. Very whimsical, not what I was expecting from a game about nature.
Yeah.
And that is a big draw for me in this game. I also like the oversized cards that you can see a little bit better, and I like that the attacks are interesting. Every animal attacks a little bit differently, and everybody has the same animals in their deck.
Yes.
And so it's just that combination of when things come out and how you use them to attack. And, certain animals can only attack certain areas. Your leaders can only attack in your alliance. There's some different rule sets in there that make it a little more interesting and a little more strategic than your typical dueling game.
Yes, definitely.
So a few issues that I had. The first would be I felt like it was a little open as far as once you get those animals out on your board, you can just move them around wherever you want. And we did have it happen in a game where one of us was able to have a bunch of animals out, and then right away within the first 2-3 turns, we're able to move those into realms and lock those realms super fast. And so that's just something that can happen.
Yeah.
I don't know that it would happen that often. But
No, and again, I think if they closed it too much, you would definitely feel like if you start losing a couple cards, you're in a lot of trouble. And so I think that openness is there for a reason, so you don't have that feeling of desperation because you lost, this card or that card, and you only have 2 of them to try to get, that kind of a card into a realm to lock it and things like that. So
sure. And that brings up the other maybe downside to this one is it is a very lucky game. A lot's going to depend on when cards come into your hand. If you even get those realms into your hand to lay out, if you don't get them until your very last few cards, that's a huge disadvantage. And then you also are rolling dice a lot in this game. And so going into it knowing this is a lucky game, it's just going to be fun. It's not as strategic maybe, and it's a short game.
It really is.
So I don't mind going into a shorter game knowing that there's going to be some luck involved. I haven't spent 90 minutes planning out my strategy and executing it only to have my last turn be ruined by a die roll. That can be frustrating, but knowing that it's going to be throughout the game and it's not going to be a super long game definitely helps.
Definitely, yep.
So overall, I did really enjoy Wild Realms. I can see it hitting the table on a fairly regular basis.
Yeah, and it's so approachable too that I think, they say 12 plus. Honestly, I'm sure our daughter could jump into this without too much trouble really soon.
Yeah. So it's a keeper for us.
Yep.
So, well, we have been Drew and Sarah for Let's Table It. Please remember to like and subscribe to make sure that you get more of our board gaming content. You can follow our family gaming adventures over at Sarah Always Loses on Instagram. We'd love to have you over there on that platform as well. So until next time, thanks for watching.